starting recording from my side as well. Okay, let me get all the stuff together here. Cool. Assalamu alaikum الدراري. I hope everyone is doing alright and fine. So هذه هي السيونس الثانية ياك ديال السمستر 2 ديال السمستر. So this is about language and compilers. غنبداو this session على غتكون على mostly على lexical analysis. غنشوفوا many parts في هاد السيشن منهم just kind of like a review على compilers. نشوفوا شنو هو lexical شنو كيدير lexical analyzer وعلاش محتاجينه. نشوفوا شنو هما التوكنز ويل كويك. غنديروا واحد شويه ديال overview على regular expressions. I hope غادي نشوف كيفاش نخلي الوقت مزيان باش نديروا الامبلمنتيشن ديال واحد الليكسر نديروها لايف probably الا كان ممكن. ونشوفوا شنو هما next steps اللي غنديروا من مورا الليكسر و Q&A session hopefully. Of course whenever you have questions just raise your hand و ان شاء الله نجاوبوا. So بدينا. I think اخر مره كنا هضرنا كنا قلنا بلي واحد الكومبايلر هو كيشد واحد سورس كود كيدير مالتيبل ستيبس وفي الاخر كيسبيتي لينا موستلي حنا اللي المهم ماشين كود ولا كود another programming language, right? So this is exactly what شنو كيدير الكومبايلر. ولكن in depth هادشي هذا كامل كيدوز على مالتيبل ستيبس. غنشوفوا ان شاء الله في الكورس like throughout هاد الكوهورت هذا غنشوفوا like زعما many parts ديال هاد compilers plus some extra stuff. So الكورس ولا هاد السيشن هادي is mostly about the first step ديال lexical analysis. But just to go through an overview, usually a compiler كيكون عنده multiple parts like lexical analysis, syntax, semantic analysis, then كنديروا intermediate code representation ولا كنسميو IR code generation. Some parts as well اللي كيجيو later on optimization ديال الكود, and then we go through the code generation which is basically spitting up the machine code اللي بغينا ولا الكود in the other programming language. So نشوفوا حنايا شنو هو lexical analyzer. دابا اصلا حنا I think الا قلتو اخر مره بدينا كنهضروا كنا كنقولوا بلي الكومبايلر راه تقريبا راه ترجمان شي مترجم ولا ترانسليتور رايت حيت كيحول شي حاجه من واحد اللينجويج للينجويج واحد اخر. سو باش الا جينا نشوفوا حتى في اللينجويجز العاديين باش كنهضروا يعني الدارجه ولا ان انجلش خدينا واحد سنتنس مثلا ما يسمى كان run away with all my curry braces. الا بغينا نترجموها كاينين ماني وايز باش نترجموا هاد الجمله هذه. يقدر يكون تقدر تكون بغينا نترجموها للعربيه غير خصنا نقدروا نديروا ترجمه الحرفيه ولا نقدروا نديروا ترجمه بالمعنى ولا نقدروا نديروا ميم ترجمه بالمعنى مع احترام بعض قواعد اللغه اللي غادي يكون فيهم مثلا سيمانتيك اناليسيس اللي كنهضروا فيهم زعما يعني كتقدر تكون شكون هو اللي الفعل والفاعل والمفعول به وشكون هو هذاك الجار والمجرور وما الى ذلك. سو ولكن كيف ما بغينا نديروا هاد الترجمه هذه ضروري كيخصنا نشدوا كل بارتي من هاد ما غاديش نشدوا نترجم لك ام بوحدها و اي بوحدها ما يمكنش. غادي خصنا نترجم ماي كامله ولا خصنا نترجم كلمه بكلمه وبعد المرات كلمه كتقدر تكون كتعني كلمه واحده اخرى اولا الجمع ديال الكلمه ديال ماي كان تقدر تكون كترجم في لغه بشكل وفي لغه واحده اخرى بشكل. يعني بعباره اخرى خصني نشوف كل حاجه وشنا هي يعني خصني ضروري نجبد البارت ديال هاد السنتنس ولا الكونتنت ولا بحال مثلا في الكيس ديالنا ديال البروغرامين لانجويج خصني نجبد كل بارت شنا هي ونعرف حتى شنو بحال كتقول زعما شنو التيب ديالها ولا اللي غنشوفوا من بعد توكنز اند توكن تايبس. خصنا نعرف يعني مثلا هذا واش اسم واش فهمتي. سو ان جنرال هذه هي ستيب الاولانيه اللي كنديروا هي خصنا نشدوا كل بارتي بوحدها قبل ما نعرفوا اصلا واش grammatically is correct اللي which is like the other steps ديال compiler. So هو هنا فين كيجي lexical analyzer. So in general اللي formal definition تقريبا ديال lexical analyzer هو واحد ديال lexical analysis هو like the process of scanning ولا tokenizing ولا tokenization ديال a stream of characters. So we convert them from a stream of characters يعني بحال my my كتولي عندي actual unit اللي كنسميهم tokens and lexers. والتوكنز في هذه الحاله هذه هما البيلدين بلوكس ديال النكست ستيج اوف كومبيليشن يعني البارسين. ما يمكنش نجيو نبدا نبارسي غير ما كونفيرتيها لشي بايت كود ولا شي حاجه، خصني نترجم لايك نترانسليتي the whole kind of like tokens and all of that. هاد نشوف المعنى ديالهم ونشوف شحال من حاجه. هذا هو الميسيون ديال lexical analyzer. ولكن generally it does like more stuff. يعني مثلا like عارفين حنا بلي programming languages كيكونوا بزاف ديال البارتيات يعني مثلا سو كيف ما قلت لكم ذا فيرست هما اللي شرحت دابا يعني سكانين والتوكنيزيشن ديال كل بارت. ولكن also it does مثلا some stuff like discarding any extra stuff اللي ما محتاجينش في programming language. يعني مثلا الا بغينا انيوري الكومنتس، الا بغينا انيوري وايت سبيسز، يعني مثلا في شي programming languages اللي وايت سبيس doesn't matter غادي نديروها هنايا. اولا مثلا كومنتس حنا ما محتاجينش كومنتس يوجوالي فاش كنبغيو نشوفوا باش نكونستراكتيو الابستراكت سينتاكس هي حتى مثلا في اي تي ولا شي حاجه that's something else. يعني غاتيغنوري الكود وغتاخذ الكومنتس which is the opposite. ولكن في programming language we ignore comments. And also كنديروا like some initial error detection ولا handling. I think the most excessive part of the error detection كدار في syntax and semantic analysis. ولكن حتى lexical analysis كدير some parts. يعني مثلا suppose بلي your programming language doesn't allow شي characters من غير واحد البارتي either it's gonna be discarded او لا ما غاديش it's not gonna be valid. وغنشوفوا ان شاء الله في like an actual example some cases. Medical, you can create a parser straight from code source. It's just harder and we would want to uphold some level of abstraction between different components of your compilation. Yeah, sort of like Anwar Tawagalek. This is similar to the images. Sorry, comments of recording, maybe, right? Mehdi, can you explain more what you want to say here? لكن ممكن.
ما قياقا عليك أنا منطق عليك في النص ما قلت عليك قلتي you cannot create a compiler from source. It's a very strong statement. You can.
Yes.
Your parser will end up doing like the tokenization on the fly, which is harder to do. وكيخلي الكومبوننتس ديالك ما كي like ideally you want to have your compiler designed in the form of like a bunch of functions. Functional Lexer takes so slowly spits out like an easier to process set of information, which is here to tokens. Then gives token to your parser spits out an AST. There's yet another different form of that initial starting point, or it will be easier to manage for the next step.
Yes.
So which also leaves your components abstracted away. You should operate as source. Otherwise, it make it like super hard to write compilers.
Yes, I will get to look to شي حاجة بحال هكا like so ملي غنشوفوا tokens and stuff it's gonna be more clear because I think in the next step mostly you wouldn't care about this is just what I have. You will just expect مثلا you need left if you need left parenthesis and you need a statement, right? باش كديرهم في next step. So بلاص ما غتولي تريزوني by character like it's gonna be better to just go through parsing initially and then do some initial checks and then you move to the next step, which is the syntax analysis. This is also similar to NLP in natural language processing. It's similar to parts of speech after tokenization. I think maybe, but I'm not 100%. I'm not familiar with NLP stuff, so I can't comment about this. شنو هي parser straight from source code؟ واش ناخذهم tools بحال بيزون؟ Yeah, so I think Mehdi explained like this thing here. So going back to missing, I hope that part is clear. I hope ما كاينش like some questions and thanks for the comments Mehdi. So mostly this is what lexical analyzer does and then we split that information that we get in this step to the next steps باش يكون easier for for the abstract syntax tree and all of that. So شنو هما tokens? I will try to explain it زعما easily. لكن هما like programming language ما كنبقاوش نريزونيو as I said just like character by character, but we move to tokens. So والتوكنز ولا توكن تايبس كيكونوا هما بحال كتقول vocabulary of my language، يعني ماشي like what I expect. مثلا الا جيت وشفنا داك in the example اللي كنت عطيت قبل، the tokens هما like usually it's the pair of the lexem and token type، واللي بحال مثلا كنجي كنقول بلي I have a pronoun sorry I have a pronoun I have to do something like this I have a pronoun and ما عرفتش واش باقي كيبان because انا in recording عندي هنايا you see okay so مثلا when I read my my which is the lexem I know that this is a pronoun I know that this is a keyword. فمثلا في programming languages can define keywords which are the بحال كتقول زعما like the words اللي are meaningful ولا عندهم شي معنى the programming language. إلا كتبت if it's most likely is going to be interpreted as an if statement which will be confusing. إلا جيت واحد قرا ولا كتبت واحد variable سميتو if ما غاديش like anyone who's reading the code is going to be confused, and that's also going to confuse the computer like the compiler. That's why هادو كيكونوا like keywords which usually كيكونوا reserved like شي علاش ما كتقدرش create variables with these names and all of that. So keywords are token types usually, and identifiers, since we need variables and all of that and function names, identifiers كيكونوا تا هما like it's a token like بحال كنديفاني بلي in my programming language عندي يكونوا keywords identifiers operators punctuations or some stuff اللي we can ignore ولا we might need و literals يعني numbers and strings ولا شي حاجه بحال هكا. I hope this part is clear. Anybody has questions about هاد البارتي هاد؟ اللي كنت كنحاول نشرح هما التوكنز اللي كنحاول نكستراكتي from my language. And we're gonna see this like more clearly when I will implement this, hopefully. No, what's for token, Abdurrahman? Abdurrahman, yes, it's not a token. The string for is the lexem. Yes, I know it's a little bit confusing. So if I go back here, if in a programming language, if is going to be a keyword, right? Tip diala is a keyword, which is the token. It's usually the token is a pair, which is the lexem with token type. The token type هما اللي كنديفاينيو هنايا in some definitions كتلقاهم هما هادو definition ديال tokens والاخرين lexems. So EF is the actual value, which is the lexem, but it gives me a token type to be a keyword. So كذلك غتكون for. And if you have mic, you can probably will be better if you enable it. It would be nice. And let me make sure that I don't know if I did capture what you said, maybe, but hopefully I did. Tokenization to get words later. We apply the parts of speech to get machine learning is similar to software engineer. Tokens are just words. They have no. Okay. Yeah. So Anwar. So like I think in the actual definition, the lexems هما الvalue, like the actual يعني مثلا نجيتو that's my variable سميتو my variable. Okay. To give a very clear example, هذاك like the variable is gonna have a token type of identifier. والlexem is going to be the variable name itself, in my variable. We're gonna see this more clearly when I will implement a small Lexer. Yeah. Anyways, so moving to what next step is, so we want to extract tokens. What do you think is sometimes like machine not necessarily extract them, but also to define them? What is the best way to define like tokens ولا كيفاش خصهم يكونوا tokens? Because I know if it should be an if, else should be an else while. ولكن مثلا in most programming languages كيقول لك identifier خصو يكون كيبدا ضروري like either by lowercase or uppercase character ويكون or underscore ما يكونش كيبدا بnumbers ما يكونش كيبدا any special characters. How can we define like such things مثلا? Yeah, حجي قال لك خليل قال لك regex or automatas. Someone else? Or like if you have a mic, if you can speak them to give us more details about what you mean, would be nice.
So, السلام عليكم.
Yes.
الكيستيون كانت على كومون كنصايبو ان بارسر ياك
ماشي parser, but how do we define the
tokens
format of my tokens, how we can extract them in some sort of like a better way.
مشغول مع واحد البلان وبالي السؤال وانا جاوب دغيا في الساعه.
No worries.
So extract tokens اللي باقي عاقل كنا قرينا في الثيوري عند في الكور ديال اليونيفرسيتي اوتوماتا، ولكن في البروجي اللي عطيتونا باش ندخلو ميسي سيمستر بان لي ريجكس كيستعملوها دي بيرسون وقتها ماشي اوبتيمال دي ريجكس تقدر تاكستراكت التوكنز.
Okay. Yeah, so yes, usually ماشي like some can I think كاينين اللي كيخدموا like literally define their regular expressions على بديش باش extract your tokens and they use regular expressions. But the way I see it, Anna, is not necessarily you extract them using regular expressions, but you can just do the definition ديال the tokens ديالك ولا كيفاش خصهم يكونوا using regular expressions. And then when you can combine regular expressions, you can then use something else, but like during the implementation ديال هذيك regular expression. So to go through formal stuff, regular expressions are بحال واحد formal language of describing patterns of text. It doesn't have to do like necessarily with it has nothing to do with necessarily with the compilers, but it's being used for multiple stuff, any parsers or like just like to know if a string matches an email, you can use that to try and match an IP address just for verification and all of that. They are like tricky and hard, so what I'm going to try is like I'm going to try to spend less than 5 minutes just to do like an introduction of like regular expressions, but not related to lexical analysis. Maybe Mehdi can answer this on chat. Okay. So I will try to give us an overview of the regular expressions. Just why? Because they're like a little bit useful. It's gonna be good to just know how regular expressions are constructed, and then I can move to the next steps. So regular expressions are more like a way of defining a string كيفاش خصها تكون, and I will give more examples. But the usually شنو شدينا حنا داك regular expression قلنا بلي مثلا منين كنكتب دوت كنقصد بها اي character ما عدا new lines. So مثلا إلا كتبت a dot c, so I can replace the dot with anything. It's kind of like a wild card. So ديك الساعات نقدر نماتشي abc ADC and any AZC, AXC, A0C, anything except that this shouldn't be a new line. By the way, usually sometimes كتلقى implementation of regexes and هادو كيكونوا شوية different from in some programming languages, but this is usually the standard. So when I say star I mean I want to match a zero or more repetition of the preceding character. So if I say a star, I can match empty string, a, double A, and so on. Plus is exactly the same, is very similar to star, except that it doesn't allow empty strings. So usually just like do a plus, meaning at least one A. A question mark, it makes the previous character optional. يعني يقدر يكون يقدر ما يكونش. يعني A question mark A B question mark C هي A C يعني the B can not be there, and also it can be there يعني A B C. The backslash is to escape anything. يعني مثلا إلا جيت بغي ندير plus the actual character plus, just for formal stuff إلا درت only slash like backslash plus, it's gonna match. Yes, Mehdi?
واش كتورينا شي حاجه في السلايدز وحنا ما شفناهاش؟ اوكي now we can see it. كنتي كتهضر على شي سلايدات.
Yeah, so ما عرفتش, but sometimes like which is the slides number 12 ياك.
So the I can see a table.
Yeah, slide number 12 right here. Maybe you can see it, but anyways. So you see okay. So okay, if you see all of this, that would be nice. So I already explained dot, star, or plus. So but these are the examples. Question marks and backslash were like, as I said, was like to match the actual literal character غير باش like if I want to match backslash غادي خصني ندير backslash. Do we have a raised hand maybe?
Yeah, غير باش تكون كتحاول I just want to point إذا كنتي كتشرح شي حاجة في شي line it'd be nice if you use the laser tool باش نعرفو فين
I am using it but I think it
if you're using it we're not seeing it.
Yeah, I think it freezes for some time ما عرفتش.
Can you try and reshare again? Like stop sharing and reshare again. I have no idea علاش هادشي اللي وقع في
yes, sometimes screen on. What شنو كيبان لكم هنا؟ I think so maybe. Okay. دابا كتشوف الكورسور ديالك؟
Yeah, now we kind of see your cursor.
لا صح.
Yeah, okay, cool. So okay, I will try to not switch tabs. Anyways, backslash هي اللي كنت قلت آخر حاجة. So these brackets we just mean that we want to match anything inside the character, one of them, just some kind of like an or. So we will match A, B, and C. Usually, so by the way, like regular expressions are not like I'm gonna A, B, C, but I will just use a combination on all of this to define like an actual regular expression. So anything what else Firut Freda?
هنا عبد العزيز اي بي اور سي واش دي اكسيول اور يعني يقدر تكون اي بي سي كاملين ولا اي بي يعني اور ديال الكوزين ولا اور العاديه.
So this one is braces.
Yeah, when you say A, B or C, واش يقدروا يكونوا كاملين مجموعين في or?
No. It matches like it will match either A as a string, B as a string, or C as a string, just one of them. Like not yeah. So like for example here the plus, any of these characters will match. Like when I give examples, it means that this string will match with this regular expression. Okay. So when I say that A, B, or C, meaning that either one of them will match. And it can match the string A, it can match B, it can match C. So like Hadi, it's negation. So sorry, I had to add a not here. So like kind of like negation the Hadi. So for example, not ABC, it matches anything but the string A, B, or C. The other thing is this dash character, which matches any. For example, when I do AZ, it matches a range. So from A to Z. If it was like X here, so it will match A to X, and then it will not match the character Z and all of that. So if I want to specify a lowercase character, I will do AZ. If I want to specify at least one lowercase character, I'll get AZ plus, and there I will add a plus in the end. Some stuff اللي كنديرهم سميتهم anchors, which are exactly so I want to remove the confusion between using this and using this. So if you specify this, it will match the mechanical case. It will match the start of a line, and if you use dollar, it will match the end of a line. Yeah, of course. I just like Mehdi said, like you don't need to know regular expressions to implement to let you use a Lexer, and we will actually see it in real life. But I just wanted to make it like to give like a quick overview of regular expressions, going through this real quick, but do like a demo. So this is like I think basically you can just like go through this in any documentation on programming language. Nizar?
سلام ما بغيتش نسبق لي زيتاب ولكن الا غنخدم من اكسبريسيون ريغولير باش نرومبلاسي ليكسل ماشي غتكون بحال نقولوا معقده بزاف ولا غتكون اكسبريسيون وحده كبيره ولا تقدر تقسمها حيتاش بحال شي بلاصه اللي يقدروا يكونوا فيها لي زيرو وما تنتبهش ليهم.
So that's a very good point. Like I see some comments, never use regexes in prod. Actually, regexes can be a very good source of toil or of bugs. If you don't define like your regular expressions in the right way, you can match more than what you want, or you can match much less than what you want, or you can even introduce bugs. Like suppose that I have like mentioned some jobs in production, and I want to match all the jobs in production that matches واحد name. If by any chance my regular expression matches more jobs and I want to do a down like on the jobs and it literally kill the jobs, it might kill all my production. So these are like kind of like stuff you can, well, if you want to delete like some files in on your computer اللي matches واحد the regular expression, you might end up like deleting everything if you don't do it carefully. So when you write like a Lexer using regular expressions, you can do that if you want to just like implement something high level or less simple, but we will see that sometimes you don't need to do any of that. Just like real quick, so I will leave, since I will share the slides later. We can like, so you can go through it بلا ما ندوزو على like the actual definition, but just like to give you an example, if I want to define my identifier, I can use like this regular expression. So this means like anything between AZ, like any lowercase or uppercase or a dash. That can be like my first character, and then after that I can have as many lowercase, dash, underscore or even numbers as my second character, even 0. This will be an identifier, which will exclude مثلا any number that any identifier that starts with a number. And I see some comments about like regular expressions, so yeah. Anyways, so this is for example how you can define an email address format. So the question is how we would implement regular expressions matchers, which will get us to تقريبا the next point. Usually like regular expressions, when you define them, like when you define like when you have a bunch of if statements and else and all of that, usually you end up constructing what we call an automata. Well, the goal is to go through is to implement is to have like deterministic finite automata. I'm not going to go into details of automatas and stuff, but that's just like wanted to mention that this is like usually the way of implementing regular expressions. And actually what I will be implementing is going to be almost an automata, which is just like a state machine kind of like, and state transitions and all of that. So maybe we can go, maybe I will go and see if there are like any questions, and then we can try and implement a Lexer. Questions? I know I went a little bit fast on regular expressions, but I just wanted to mention them, and so that people can luckily not amorous map regular expressions. Yeah. Should we go to the demo? Cool. I will need some help to keep track of stuff, and also just raise your hand in case you want me to add a feature or to consider something. Okay, I will start with a very basic Lexer, and then we can we can add like more features. Okay, so first thing is, do you see my black screen? Maybe not. Let me do. Do you see it? Is this clear or not?
زيد مازال زيد.
Let's zoom it, but I think it's frozen again. Do you see? Did I ls?
لا.
Okay, let me remove this tab. تنعب نرجع لها. Let me do stop sharing. Then I can do a share.
حل 20 ورك سبيس ماشي فيه خدمة.
I don't know, maybe because I am recording.
مهدي عاير لنا شي واحد في التكنولوجيا صاحبي.
Is it good enough?
عاير لنا مخرج. زيد شويه زيد زومي شويه.
Are you sure?
صافي مزيان باش الناس يشوفوا صاحبي راه
انا I can see ولكن نشوف واش كلشي كيبان.
Yes. So thumbs up إلى you see.
الابر باوند في داكشي فهمتي.
Yeah, thumbs up إلى you see well, thumbs down إلى you want me to move. Okay, I see a lot of thumbs ups. So okay, cool. Clear. So I will So okay, I've implemented a test, but this is kind of like what we want. So I have like some sort of text. So as I said, like the goal of a Lexer is basically we have some sort of like a source code, like can be like this. If x is greater than 5, then y. We can even have something with white spaces and \n. So we can have something like this. And the idea is to spit some list of tokens. And then I will check whether I have I get this the right tokens, okay, and I will check like the right number of tokens, and then I will check which tokens end in the right order. I have an example where we might get where we should get errors instead of like something, which is, for example, 0.5 is not a number in my programming language. I am the one who's implementing this language, and I decided that this shouldn't be a good thing. Maybe we can make it work, but this is just kind of like test. If everything is clear, I can maybe I can redo this. This is like my Lexer, right? Okay. So I have this. I have a main, so I can run it as well. But I have a function that's called tokenize, and it takes an input as a string. So I will suppose that, for example, the my Lexer is going to read the whole thing as one string instead of like having them in chunks or whatever. But I will suppose that I have one string, and then I can actually ما عرفتش واش فريزات ولا لا, but I hope it didn't freeze. إلا freezes عافاك مهدي, you can tell me. Someone raising his hand? No. Okay. Okay. So this is my tokenize function, and what I do is I return a list or an array of tokens, and of course if something happens اللي ما حتاجوش غادي return an error. So let's basically try and below tokens. So first thing, someone, yep, Trizat.
Ouais. Maintenant c'est bon.
C'est bon.
C'est bon. jusqu'à تبدل l'écran كيتحيد الفريز.
Okay, so let me try to stop sharing and then share again. Entire screen. Is it good now? I will do واحد لعبة هنا. Which you can see pretty well. Is it frozen?
C'est bon, مزيان.
Okay, cool. Let me use companion mode on the phone so I can see everyone who's raising their hand. Okay. Okay, so my token, شنو هما الحوايج اللي I will need in my token. So I said I need two things, which is the type, right? And I can define that as my type, token type, and I can do it as an int, right? For the time being, should be fine, right? Okay, and then I can do a type, and then this is going to be the token type, and I have a value string, which is the actual value of the actual value of the token. I will add stuff as much as I need here, but this is a token type. And then the token type, I will define it as, I will define all my token types. So for example, I can define them as constants, so I can use them whenever I want. I can define شنو هما الحوايج اللي كنا درنا قبل. كنا درنا keyword, right? Should I use iota? Is this? Yeah, const. And then I can define keyword, identifier, right? Come on. I can have, what else should we have here? For the time being, it's literal. As for numbers, come on. What else we should do? Keywords are all the numbers, are all the stuff we need. Special characters, we have operators. We have, this is pretty much it, I think. Yeah, let's just have operators, literal identifiers for the time being as my token types. And then what I'm going to do is very simple. So I will have to go through token, not token, but ch, which is a character in range of input. So I will go through all my characters, right? I don't care about the position maybe, but I need maybe I need it. I'm not 100% sure, but I might actually need that. What else do I need? Okay. Should we do it this way, or should we? Yeah, let's just do this, and I will do it the stupid way. Ch is equal to input of I. Okay, so the first thing we said we're gonna do is if is it encoding dot is it like, or what is the thing, maybe it's Unicode, right? Is space, yeah. So we need to ignore spaces. Okay, so this is a byte, so we can do chr is equal to run of ch, just so I can, and then I can do chr here. Come on. So what should I do here? Skip white spaces. So here I will just basically continue. I don't think it's a good idea to do this way in the range. So that's why I'm gonna do this. I is less than len of input, and then I will do I plus plus. Why? Because I need to increment my I. This is why I can just use this one here, and then I can skip, and knowing that my for loop is going to go to the next character, I can do that. So now I am waiting. I am ignoring my white spaces. So now, what did I say? I said that my keywords and identifiers can, like, ما عنديش شي حاجة كتبدا بnumbers. Okay, so my identifiers can be either an identifier that doesn't start with a number, or can be, let's say, a keyword. It can be a keyword. So let's say that if unicode.is what do we have here? Is letter. If Unicode is letter, we can, like, just do chr, which is the rune. You mean indentation? I don't know. I see comments. Yeah. So by the way, like, Mehdi is saying that you don't have to always skip white spaces, not like Python. But in my language here, I'm ignoring all white spaces. Yeah, there is a language that's called like only white spaces. That's like basically common white spaces. But and then I'm just ignoring white spaces. They are like I'm not writing Python here, so it's yeah. And also I said that I can also start with an or with a dash with something like this. So here I will do keyword or identifier. Come on, stop showing. Okay. So what I'm going to do once I find a letter, so I will do a start maybe, or yeah, should be start is equal to I, and I'm going to do a sort of like a while loop. So I can do for I is less than len of input, and as long as I am seeing like a ch as Unicode that is letter rune of input of I, or I am seeing a cf or input of I is equal to this, or Unicode is letter is digit maybe, yeah. Room of input of I. Okay, so let me. This is why I needed something like this. So I'm seeing an OR here, an OR here, an OR here. Okay. Room is letter? No. Yeah. Yes. This is digit. So okay. Let me see. I have some stuff here that is not going well. Come on. It doesn't want to delete anymore. So here. So what I want to do is anything that also matches Unicode that is letter. So one of input of I, or digit one I, or I can do also input of I is equal to a dash. So anything that's like this, I can I plus plus. What should I do about this? So okay, so this is the right thing. So I can just start doing. Come on. So basically what I want is just ignore all of this. Not ignore all of this, but I will just keep reading. I have the start. So what my keyword is equal to input from I to from start to I. So until I find like I break this, I'm going to stop. So now I'm going to do something. If is keyword. Then what I'm going to do is yeah, I have to do something here. So this is my token. So current token token. So here, if it's a keyword, then it's equal to what? Current it's token. It's a keyword. Else it's gonna be like a current token dot type is equal to identifier, and then here the value is going to be keyword, and I can do this here, right? Yeah, so this is not value, this is value string, and this is value string, right? So okay, let's do what is this thing that we're gonna implement here. Function is keyword. It's going to take a keyword string. Let's define our keywords here. Comments. Yeah, rune is bunch of like questions. Rune is a character in, like, it's basically a character or a byte, some sort of like in Golang. So let's define our keywords here. Okay, keywords is a string, is a table string, and then I can define all my keywords here. So I can define an if for I think I have a then. I have a let's see, I think these are all the stuff that and here I will see that should test. I have an else. So what I'm going to do is like for keyword. Okay, so value keyword in range of keywords. I can just do if keyword is equal to value return true and return false in case I don't match. And then here is a bool. Okay, so now I have my is keyword. By the way, I have a Mongolia freeze up because I can know if it froze or not. So that's good. Now I know that yeah, it's all right. Yes, maybe slice contains. Well, just used to write it the hard way. Anyways, let's see. Else current token is okay. So now I'm doing keywords and identifiers. All I have to do is basically, I think since I want to return tokens here, I will do tokens is equal to a token. Is it like this? Yeah, I think so. Right. So it's not an expression. What? I don't think you need to do it that way, but
because they can, it's what they have parts where you have to make it.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we can do one. Yeah.
Hey, like
So this one.
hate to say it.
Yes. So token is declared and not used. Okay, right. So here I can do tokens equal to append tokens and current token. And here, if I am not mistaken, it's gonna do it's going to do wait, is it not defined? Yeah. So tokens. So here I think it's gonna do a copy, so I can keep using the current token. It's all right. So now I know that I did a token here. What I'm going to do is I minus minus, and I will explain this why. Okay. So now I've implemented. Yeah. So literals. What about literals? So that's what I'm going to do later. Okay. Let's do something else first. So I know an operator. So if I think I can do something like this maybe. Like how can I do? Yeah. So if strings maybe. It contains. Is it contains or contains rule? I can use contains. Okay. So I can do. This is my special character. My so plus and minus. So these are all my okay. شي واحد raised his hand. Can you speak? Sorry.
بس عندي علاش ماينس
Okay. Oh yeah. So okay. Sorry, I'm going to explain now. So okay. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm just looping through all the characters. So if I have something like this, hello, right? For example, it will go into this if, and then my eye is going to be positioned here. I'm gonna keep reading until I break out of the for loop. My eye is going to be positioned in Hadl plus Hadi. Therefore, what I want to do is I want to just stop from one minute, and that's why I did from till I, because this one is excluded. And what I want, if I do continue, the next time this for loop here is going to increment my I. Therefore, Hadl plus Hadi is going to be ignored. Okay, so then I'm finish on the word. No, I want it to go back so that my for loop is going to increase I, and then it's going to find that it's a keyword, like it's a plus, and then basically just continue. Okay, that's why I do an I minus minus here. Okay, is this clear?
Yeah, شكرا.
Yeah, Mehdi? Maybe Mehdi.
I guess like this is, so the way you're writing the Lexer is a bit unconventional in the sense باش كنبغيو نكتبو نورمالمون Lexer, the API اللي كيexpose على Lexer is like a iterator like API. So you'd want your Lexer to be able to tell the parser what is the next token. So a method they can expect you should like give me all the tokens at once, because sometimes it will be like very inefficient.
Or
Right. So sometimes like we want to have like just give me the next one.
Yes.
And I'll try to construct or add it to the node. If it's not the one that I expect, I will fail early, which makes compilation times faster. هذه حاجة اللي بغيت نقولها. Like, would you expect is like I have a next token function, let's say like a tokenizing, give me all the tokens.
Yeah. So to give you like a better idea of شنو بغا يقول لي. So the idea is that in my case here, I just want to implement a Lexer. I don't care about a parser or anything, right? And I also like can قرا input كامل. In real world, Lexer كيكون فيه like just sort of an API. شنو هي API? Just basically مثلا it's gonna be a function. Sorry, function here. There's gonna be func next token. This is what you mean, Mehdi, right? And this is gonna be like either it's gonna be like something like this. And then here I can just give it maybe a reader, right? Or something like this. هيك اللي بغيت تقولها مهدي ياك؟
Yeah, so pretty much yes. Reader is not given, like the reader is part of the state intent.
Yeah, or part of the state.
The Lexer keeps a bit of state. كتعطيه انت reader, and he keeps a bit of state, like what current line number am I on? What's the current position that I'm currently reading? What's the current index in the input file, like in the reader that I'm currently reading at? First مرة جايبس could be next, I can continue.
Yes, so this is a very good point. Yeah. So I'm just like I did here, but it means that you're just like in case like you create a kind of like a tokenizer or like lexical analyzer class. Like SAT, you can add all of the stuff, but I just like I wanted to illustrate it this way. But what I'm doing is just like I want to extract the tokens in this case. So I'm not interested in the parcel part. That's why I'm doing it this way.
So I wanted to say this. I'm not saying that your implementation has like ما عنديش زعما مشكل مع implementation. I'm just merely like hinting towards نهار غتبغي implement a parser. Ideally, you don't want your Lexer to be like this.
Yes.
That will make your life harder.
So maybe someone else hand. If you have your hand raised, can you speak? Maybe ما كنتش هذا وقع عليك.
لا كنت غير أنا.
Okay. So here I've read like an actual operator here. So I'm just gonna do tokens is equal to append tokens current I think current token, yeah. And then I can continue. Now I will parse literals. So I think I could have placed literals before, because in this case state doesn't matter, but I'm just doing it this way. So but list the Unicode that is digit, and then we have a CHR. Then basically what I want to do is exactly do the same thing so basically just another start, and then is I, and then do a for I is less than len of input, meaning that I still have some input, and then end is Unicode that is digits rune of import of I. Okay, and then I plus plus, and then I have to do nothing here basically, and then I will do literal is equal to input from start to I will not forget to do an I minus, and then continue, and then I will do current. I will just do this. is not. I think I can do roll. By the way, who can tell me like what's going to be an issue with this? Like for example, so what is missing like these digits? So what kind of numbers I'm not going to be handling if I do it this way?
I think float numbers.
Can you say it again?
Float numbers.
Yeah, because I am like technically the dot character is not recognized in my numbers, so we can suppose that everything is an integer. This is good. So current token, this is not an operator, this is a literal. Okay. I'm adding it to the list, and I think I am good to go maybe. So all I have to do now is like keep continuing, and then if basically I get to here, what does that mean? I didn't match anything قبل, right? So meaning that this character here is not in is not really recognizable in my kind of like programming language. So what I need to do is basically return nil and return an error. Error format maybe. I can just do unexpected. Yeah, should I add position? Unexpected character at position, and I can just do I. For the time being, I don't care about the lines and color. And then this is a percentage D, and this would be an I. Come on.
Just a reminder, we are at 1 hour.
Yeah, sorry, I will finish this. So here basically tokenizer succeeded and we finished. Here we didn't recognize anything. Okay? And this is going to spit for me like a something here. In Vim. Go. Okay, so unexpected Vim Lexer dog. What am I missing? Yeah, so this is not recognized, so I have to do it here. Okay. Do I have anything else? Am I missing the equal, right? And the equal sign. Okay, so this is spitting for me a bunch of stuff, but so we can go, and I will do, instead of iota, I will do maybe a string. I can just do come on. Come on. And then I can do is equal to operator. Am I missing something? Yeah.
equal.
Okay. And then this keyword here. And then I can just do something like this. Okay. So it actually detected that if x is greater than 5, then y equals to 5, and you can see that it detected that everything is in x. So if I just do an nvim lexer.go, and I can here you can see that it detected an IFF, but it detected it as an identifier. One of the other things I can sorry, come on. I can also do is so if I come here, this will detect that that's an if. It will detect IFF. Why? Because I read the whole kind of like token, which is expected. One of the other things that I can test is if I have a dot here, it will tell me that at position 8, then the number is not good. So I will ask just like one straightforward question. So for example, like if I want to add let's say for more error visibility, شنو هما الحوايج اللي are functions names counted as keywords? Function names, no, they're counted as identifiers, Abdurrahman. Usually they are counted as identifiers, not keywords. Keyword will be مثلا thank. Tokenize will be an identifier because it's kind of like a variable. So the question is, what if I want to add like some error, like hey, which line, which column the error fee? What should I do? Someone can just speak. Or raise your hand. Haytham? Or I don't know, maybe someone else. Khalil وقع.
ديجا درت البوزيشن تاع الكاركتر، ولكن تقدر تزيد البداية تاع البوزيشن تاع التوكن باش تعطي توكن كامل اللي invalid token.
Okay. Okay. Then how? Where do you think this information should be?
ما فهمتش كيس.
Like if I want to know, like if I want to add some other stuff اللي يقدر يكونوا useful, like where بحال position, the column, the line, in a line احنا فيها. Like in a line, which line مثلا the like let's say that in this example here, this was like multiple lines, right?
Right.
And this dot is going to be in the second line, third column. Yeah, so Hamza said like the answer, but so if I want to add like some errors that says, okay, you have an actual error in the line 2, column 5.
Should support in some state Lexer.
Yeah. So not in the Lexer, but you should keep track of the tokenizer, but also you should add it into the token struct. مثلا. Yeah. Some of the other stuff that we can do is basically just add here, for example, a is comment that says is equal to false. Is multi-line comment. I'm just adding some stuff. So like you can have it like as false or as false as well, and then you can just whenever you read slash here, read slash, or for example you have to wait until all of that, and then you can just like keep track of that. And if you say that here, if it's if is comments, you can skip and then read the characters to see if it's the end of the comment or any of that. So these are all the stuff that we can do in a tokenizer. I don't think I have time to نمشي tests and add them. So I was planning to do that as part of the demo, but I don't think it's we have time. But we have run some tests. Hand. So Mehdi.
Yeah, I mean, like just share the code كما هو دابا, and then we can leave it as an exercise to make the tests fast for next week.
Yeah, so I will actually remove all the stuff, and I will add a test might compile, and then that's gonna be like another actual Lexer with more stuff. So I will add like more stuff to the test, and then it's gonna be like the actual homework. Okay. So I don't know if you can see my screen. Was frozen, but I will try to share it again. Share again. Share screen. Let's do I don't know. Yeah. 5. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay. So to go back to slides. So the next step basically that comes after all of this is basically either we implement an actual API, give Megalmedi to have like some sort of like, hey, بحال iterator that's gonna give me the next token whenever the parser needs it, or like I just like use exactly this thing. So the next time ملي غادي يجي the actual ملي غادي يجي the actual شو سميتو بارسر اللي غيعطي abstract tree اللي غيدير لك the actual syntax analysis ما غاديش يقرا ليا my semicolon or anything. He can do some checks like hey is this identifier actually in a good format, is this actually something, and then semantic analysis can check was the variable already defined ولا لا مثلا. ولكن it's just gonna see okay I am expecting بحال مثلا في العربيه غنقول لي انا كن expectي فعل فاعل مفعول به. ما يمكنش نقرا فعل شي حاجه ولا نقرا فعل وهي شي حاجه or like a verb تبعو verb. This is not expected, which is exactly what's gonna be the syntax analyzer وغنشوفو like in the next steps. So just like going back to you guys for Q&A. Or try to zoom in so we can see all of this. Do you have questions, guys? Yes, Khalid?
Me, I have a question على final project. مهدي last week بارطاجا معنا spec ديال البروجيكت. واحد البلان دارني في راسي هو شنو الفائده ديال ان الكومبايلر ديالنا يكون distributed. شنو البروبلم اللي في normal compilers اللي هاد الكومبايلر غيصولف.
مهدي ولا احمد يقدر يجاوب.
حمد
اوكي شنو الفائده من هذا خصو يكون ديستريبيوتد؟ الا قريتي سبيكس مزيان غتلقى بانه راه واحد البروغرام ياك واحد البروغرام غادي يديستريبيوتا اكروس ميني ماشينز ولا ميني بيرز رايت. وغتلقى بانه راه في واحد البوينت كاينه كونسنسوس. هذا الكونسنسوس شنو هي انه هاد البيرز كاملين الا راناو هاد البروغرام خصهم يخرجوا نفس الريزون. فهمتي؟ دونك الكومبايلر ديالك زعما in its essence it does not need to be distributed ولا you cannot call it like distributed. ولكن states transitions اللي غيداروا في داك البروغرام they need to propagate across the network. وخص الاوتبوت ديال كل اكزيكيوشن ديال داك البروغرام خص كاع البيرز ديك النيتورك يوصلوا لنفس ولا ماشي كاع البيرز الماجوريتي ديال البيرز يوصلوا لنفس الاوتبوت. هذا البلان هو نفس الحاجه كيفاش خدام اي في ام دابا. الا المهم من بعد زعما اي ادفايز يو تقراو الايثيريوم يلو بيبر وغادي تشوف زعما شنو عطيناكم از ميبي سيمبليفايد فيرجن اوف ايثيريوم يلو ماشين. غتلقى بانه راه عندنا واحد البروغرام عندنا واحد الانستراكشن سيت عندنا واحد سبيسيفيكيشن ديال واحد الفي ام اللي هاد السبيسيفيكيشن كنخدموا بها كاع البيرز اللي في ديك النيتورك. ومثلا اني سمارت كونتراكت اللي غترانا ولا بروغرام اللي غيراني في هذا الكونتكست ديال ايثيريوم كيسميوه سمارت كونتراكت ولكن for our case it's simplified it's a program. خصهم كاملين دوك البيرز يوصلوا لنفس الريزون. داكشي علاش الا قريتي الا شفتي مثلا why solidity for instance is different than java is different than go is different than c++. علاش خصنا لانجويج اخرى ماشي لانجويج اللي كاينه قبل. غادي تلقى بانه it's about determinism. خص الاوتبوت يكون ديتيرمينيستيك. وداكشي علاش اي ادفايز يو اجين باش تشوفوا مثلا امبليمنتيشن ديال سوليديتي ما كاينش راندوم ما كاينش مثلا راندوم بيهيفيرز. ليتس سي مثلا مهدي كان هيلب مي ويز ذيس if I remember well في جو في المابس they are stored زعما you cannot get the same مثلا الا حطيتي شي حاجه في ماب I think if it's not sorted if you query مثلا in different if you add the same key مثلا لهاد الماب if you query it in two different times او two different machines you will get two different outputs. ماشي الكي I mean but like sorting ديال الكيز is not the same. مثلا في هاد البيهيفيرز في سوليديتي ما تلقاهمش كاع هذاك الشيء اللي غتلقاه ديترمينيستيك فهمتي. دونك تو جو باك زعما هادشي غير باش نعطيكم زعما جلوبال ايديا اوف هاو وي اكسبكت ذيس ولا هاو وي ديزاين ذيس ولا هاو وي ثوت اباوت ات. كاينين كونسيبتس مثلا ديال هاد الديترمينيزم خص الكومبايل خص اللانجويج ديالنا اللي درنا تما راه انشورز ديترمينيزم فور شور، ولكن زعما it is one of the goals. وهاد الكومبايلر خص يكون يلقى نفس الريزلت across all like peers. بالنسبه لهاد السيمبل لانجويج اللي عطيناكم اوف كورس لايك ما عندناش برانشز باش ما يكونش عندنا باش زعما يكون عندنا مشكل ديال الديترمينيزم، ولكن it's a good thing to know. I hope زعما I answered your question correctly.
الاكزامبل تاع جولانج فاش قلتي السورسين زعما توضح
اه
بروبليم يقدر يوقع. شكرا.
Any other questions guys?
تحية للعزوز. ساليتي.
Yeah, sorry that I went over the time deal. So maybe
Okay, I guess like we can wrap up. We can wrap up Hadi. If there are any more questions, somebody on Discord, Aziz will take a look there.
yeah, so I will share the GitHub link ولا ما
Aziz غنسندي لكم اللين باش تصاوبوا mission tests ديال Lexer. Make the Lexer to actually pass the tests.